Good morning to you.
The month of March is the month of the disabled, and I'm thrilled this morning to have join me three of the students of the National Technical Institute for the Deaf, which is the first and the largest technological college in the world for students who are deaf or hard of hearing. And I know sometimes when we say it like that, you wonder if we're just being derogatory. No, we're not. We refer to them now as being either deaf or hard of hearing. Joining us this morning along with their interpreter is Carson Stolzfuss. He's next to me. Next to him is Callie Ruggieri. And next to her is Sienna Jones. They're the students of the NTID, and with them is, as you know, Abigail Murray, their interpreter. Welcome to Barbados.
Thank you.
How do I say you're welcome?
Right here.
I got that right. Not a sound made, but I got it right. I want to start with you, Carson. Talk to me a bit about what it means for you to be on this trip.
What it means for you. For me, really, this trip is important in order so that I can come and meet people who are deaf in Barbados and learn about Barbados deaf culture and show them about God and show that through who I am as a deaf person.
And Callie, being here, what did you know about Barbados before you arrived?
Honestly, I didn't know a lot about Barbados. I did know they had a deaf community here that's quite small, and I was wondering what their community looks like. And as I'm meeting people here, it's been a really interesting experience to see that.
And Sienna, now that you are here, what have you been doing while you've been here?
So coming here to Barbados, we've been to the Irving Wilson School, and we met a lot of the deaf students there, which was really wonderful. And we've met people in the deaf community, and it's been wonderful to get to relate to them and learn about their culture and build relationships with them. It feels like we can encourage each other with love. So
That's beautiful. And so, in terms of, there is an international, I suppose, an international standard for sign for communication. Have you found any challenges, Sienna, in being able to communicate with other people like yourself, deaf or hard of hearing?
In another country.
Mm-hmm.
So coming from America to Barbados, the language has been fairly similar with sign. It's really interesting to see what differences there are for sign choices. You have regional accents, so it's sort of neat to learn what they sign here, but that we can still understand each other. So that's been very interesting. There's a lot of commonalities. If you look at other countries, there's definitely different sign languages, and that's very cool to learn about.
And so, Callie, I understand that part of what you're doing is engaging in community service. What have you been doing?
So we've gathered with the deaf community here in order to meet them and get to know them and talk about God. And then we also went to the Irving Wilson School to meet the deaf there, and we worked with them. We just had a gathering with them the other day. So,
And Carson, knowing that there is a school, a facility to include people who are deaf and hard of hearing so that you have the same opportunities as other abled people, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, for me, it means everything. I mean, I certainly have had my fair share of judgment and being seen as different. And so that school has been very empowering to me in order to grow and to pursue things.
Callie, you talk a lot about God. And so it seems to me that the higher being is central to what you do at your school. Talk to me about why that is.
So we have a community within the school that focuses on God. So, but it welcomes anybody. It doesn't matter, what your beliefs are, but we want to share about Jesus to people who are deaf. And so that's what we talk about.
Siona, I want to look at inclusivity now, being included and not set apart. How important is that to you? And do you feel that generally people are more receptive to people who are deaf and hard of hearing and including them into everyday life?
When it comes to inclusivity with the deaf and hard of hearing, it really depends on the relationship. And when in the deaf community, we really bond together well because we have that commonality of being deaf, and so that makes it easy to have community there.
Carson, what do you look forward to telling your fellow students on your return from Barbados?
For me, there will be a lot to tell. Two main things I would want to share with them. That the deaf community here in Barbados, they're very unique and it's been and they're very chill as well. And so that's been neat. And then as well as the culture here, that would be the other thing. It's been interesting to see how we have American deaf culture and then the Barbados deaf culture, and to kind of see what's different and what's the same, and still be able to connect and relate to people.
That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. Callie, what about you? What would you tell your friends on your return from Barbados?
Well, so far this trip, I was certainly looking forward to visiting the Irving Wilson School and getting to talk to the kids. We did a painting activity together with them, and we had time to talk with them and in a signed conversation and just see the uniqueness of these kids in that school. So that was a wonderful experience I would share.
I saw Siona nodding. She was in complete agreement. And so have you traveled to any other island or nation and to have that kind of cultural exchange?
Who are you asking?
Siona.
Travel to other island or place. And asking if that experience, how that compares to this one?
Yes.
Travel to other place. Well, my first time traveling is here in Barbados. Yeah. So this is my first time out of the country, is to Barbados. So it's been very exciting. First time out of the country, and to finally meet deaf community in another country and get to, talk with them and get to know their regional signs, and I'm so thankful for that, and getting to relate to them and how they welcomed us. So I'm so appreciative of that. I would look forward to visiting other countries and meeting other deaf people in other places as well, though.
Abigail, what I've found just listening and watching them is that my appreciation for people who are deaf and hard of hearing and their ability to communicate, unless you are with them, you don't quite get them. But I'm getting these three students. I'm understanding them, and it's not hard work. I see Siona say, yep, that's right. Simply because they are as able as any of us. Carson, do you feel different, or do people make you feel different?
I think it's a mix of both. Because I do understand my difference in that I am deaf. But at the same time, I think people do have a lesser expectation of me because I'm deaf. But deaf people can do things. We can, do anything that a hearing person can. So,
can you go to parties? Do you go to the disco? Who says yes? Yes, you, Callie.
Callie does, yeah. Was there a question in there?
Yep. Sound. You know, as a deaf or hard of hearing person, do you get to enjoy the things that people of good hearing get to experience, like parties?
Oh yeah,
Really?
of course. We have a good time. Yeah, we can feel the beat and the vibrations of that. And then also someone with a cochlear implant uses that as a tool in order to, have some kind of environmental noise. But you could even take that off and feel the beat, and you would totally enjoy the party just the same.
Sienna looks like a party girl. I was watching her. Am I right?
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
You folks are so fun. When do you leave?
This Saturday. We are planning to leave. Yeah, we will certainly miss it here, and we will be remembering your community with much love.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much, indeed. And thank you for coming. I like
Of
the
course,
fact
thank
that you are happy to share the news of Barbados and your experience in Barbados with your friends and relatives when on your return. And I'm only so excited. I just want to ask one more question of each of you. Carlos, what is it that you're studying? Are you doing a degree in something?
Yes. My degree, I have a double major in marketing and management information systems.
Well done. Callie,
Thank
what
you.
about you?
Currently, I'm in a laboratory science tech program. And my goal long term is to become an occupational therapist.
Sienna, what about you?
My major is general business management, and in the future, I would like to form my own business and be able to partner with other businesses as well.
You're welcome. Thank you all, each of you. Thank you. This has been truly eye-opening for all of us, and I really want to commend you for staying strong and being true to who you are and not being afraid to say to the rest of the world, I am equal to all of you, and nothing separates us. I can do just as you do too. And just listening to your degrees, you guys are brilliant. You're better than me, for sure. I wish you well with all of your future endeavors.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Abigail, as well, for sharing their story with me too. Boy, wasn't this fantastic, everyone? These are three brilliant young students traveled to Barbados to engage in community service and a cultural exchange. Everything they have to say has been quite inspiring. They are truly wonderful examples of what's possible, that there is no disability at all. Each of us just are different. We're just different. And so we have to respect that difference, acknowledge that difference, include that difference, because that difference makes us a better society. And so Morning Barbados comes right back right after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning.